Welcome. This is Bitcoin Day Trading, the best Elliott wave analysis, episode number 21. So today, as always, we're going to take a look at the charts. But before I tell you that, I want to talk about trading system and the expectancy you can have with a trading system. So I'm starting day trading, and that's why I created on the same and I created next to it this channel, this new episode to actually track and follow my day trading. In the past, I wasn't too successful with day trading, but I think I can manage it now, because most of the time I'm a swing trader and an investor. So I look more at the higher time frame and not at the shorter time frame. I thought a little, not 100%, but I thought a little that when you go down to the really short time frames, it gets noise. But actually, this is wrong. The textbook of Elliott wave says that there is no noise. Even on the smallest time frame, the wave will accomplish himself, and the rules will be followed. And I always believed it, but I wasn't sure you can manage it, because I thought there are so many ways on the really short time frame that you will lose track. Anyways, I want to talk about expectancy. So what I want for my day trading system is to be right 3 times and to be wrong 2 times. So I want the 3 on 2 expectancy. So I fully expect to be wrong 2 times out of 3, which if you want, it's the same thing as being right 6 times out of 10 and being wrong 4 times out of 10. And it's the one that I have in my favor. With that, I mean the 3 out of 2. The one trade that is in my favor and that I make money, because 2 times out of 3 I will lose money. That's what I expect. Okay, I don't know if that's the statistic I will have, but that's what I expect. But right now I'm starting to get a little overconfident. By that I mean I look back at my history, and since this is episode number 21, I'm doing this since 21 days, and I've just been right 100% of the time. All my TA turned out exactly as I planned. So I've been right 100% of the time. I haven't been wrong 1 time out of those 21 interventions, and I give you a lot. There's not one trader who gives you a clear target. There's not one trader who tells you if he expects price to go up or down. Okay, they always say it can go up, it can go down, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I give you clear targets. Sometimes there's an alternate count, but even the alternate count is less probability, which means that I stick with my favorite count, and that's the one I trade. And the alternate count only shows up if my favorite count is not valid anymore. So when I look at that track record, I get a little overconfident, because I'm telling myself I'm wrong, I'm right 100% of the time. I'm not wrong one single time. And over the last 21 days, this is perfectly true. You can check it for yourself. But it won't be the case always. I will have losing trades, and I will be wrong sometimes. I don't know if it will be 2 out of 3, what I expect, or if it will be 1 out of 3. I don't know. I'll find out when I have enough data and enough trades to see it. I have a trading journal, and I write down my trades, and I see how much winning trades I have and how much losing trades I have, and I see also how much money I lose on my losing trades and how much money I win on my winning trades. and that gives me an expectancy. That tells me how good my system is. And over a big sample, something like 50 trades or 100 trades, it should be constant. By that I mean, it should, if I'm right 3 times out of 2 on the first 100 trade, I should be also right 3 times out of 2 on the next 100 trades. So when I thought about the title of this trading channel, I'm calling it Bitcoin Day Trading, the best Elliott wave analysis, but it's much more than that. This channel is the best trading channel out there. I'm following a lot of other traders, not because I listen to them. I think it's really bad to listen to them because I think they are extremely bad traders, all of them. I don't know one YouTuber which I would give $5 to trade. They are all extremely, extremely bad traders. I prefer giving my money to a monkey. I think that I have much more chance to make money with a monkey than with them. They are extremely bad traders. And that's what I don't like about them. It's they clearly are incapable of trading. And since they are incapable of trading, they reinvented themselves. And they became teachers because they can teach. They understand in the textbook. Sometimes, mostly they don't even have a textbook, and they don't even bother reading trading books or anything. For me, they are the definition of a loser. They are the definition of somebody who will never take any money out of the market. I'm 100% certain about that. And a couple of years ago, when I wasn't as mature as a trader, I listened to them. And sometimes when I thought I have to do something, and they told me that I have to do the opposite, I did what they did. They told me. And what happened? Always, I lost a lot of money. Always, I lost a lot of money. It's the worst thing you can do is to listen to a YouTube trader. It's the worst thing you can do. I consider myself being the only exception. And there's something particular about me. By that I mean, for me, it's easy to make money in the market, but it's extremely hard to get like 100 paying clients to listen to myself and pay for my services. That's extremely hard. For them, it's the opposite. It's easy to get 100 paying clients to pay for their service, the trading service. They do it all the time. A good example of that is Tone Ways. He travels the world and always people come listen to him. He's the worst trader you can find, and always people come listen to him. Okay, and they pay for his service. He's the perfect example of that. So, and he's incapable, really incapable of making money in the market. I mean, he's the worst kind of trader I can imagine. He has all the mistakes of a loser, all of them. But he teaches, and people come and listen to the guru. So it's easy for him to teach and to make money out of teaching. Okay, for me, it's hard to make money out of teaching. I have very few clients. Okay, and mostly we become friends. So I don't care about the money anymore. And anyways, I never did it for the money because it's not enough money to make a living out. And I have only a few clients. So it's really, really hard for me to find client and to make money out of clients. But it's easy for me to make money in the market. So I'm the opposite of that kind of people. That being said, I think that I'm a really good teacher, but I tell you the truth. And the truth is not what you want to listen to. And the truth is not simple. And that's why people probably stop listening to me and prefer listen to somebody like Tone Ways. Anyways, let's not talk too badly about Tone Ways. He gets one thing right. The only thing he gets right is that Bitcoin is better than the rest of the altcoins. He got that right, and he's always preaching that to the people who listen to him, and that's correct. Okay, but it has nothing to do with trading. It's a fundamental analysis. and this fundamental analysis is correct. But apart from that, everything else he teaches you, everything else he says is bullshit. Everything, from the first word to the last, it's total bullshit. And the worst thing about it is that in the past, a couple of years ago, I did listen to him, and I really regret that I ever did that, because it cost me a lot of money. Because I'm a trader. He doesn't trade. He will never trade. He admits it, because he's incapable of trading. But I listened to him and lost money, and I'm still mad at me because I did listen to him. And I say it's my mistake. It's not his mistake. It's my mistake. I was at that time too naive. I was a starting trader, and I sought a mentor. I wanted somebody to help me, which is normal, But the only people I found on the internet were all losing traders. There's not one, and I follow 10 of them. You know why? I don't listen to the videos, but sometimes they talk about one pumping coin, and they put in the title XRP is pumping, okay? And then maybe I look at the chart of XRP, but I won't listen to I won't even click on the video. I just put them on my time frame, and it gives me an indication. And when I see them all bullish, I know that the price will go down. Okay, and when I see them all bearish, I know that now it's perfect, but the perfect moment to buy. So it's like a counter trading indicator to me. Anyways, that's more. We've wasted much too much time talking about bad traders and bad teachers, and that's something I don't mind that you teach. I mean, teaching is something noble. It's something that I can respect. But I hate that people who are incapable of trading teach you trading. I hate that, because I cannot imagine that they can be a good teacher if they are incapable of trading. You must know it for yourself. You must live the market. You must be able to take winning and trading and losing trades, to talk about that. If you don't do that, if you're incapable of it, if you're incapable of growing your equity, then there's what do you teach? The thing you read in a textbook, and you don't even do that. It's mind-boggling. I mean, the nonsense those people put out and how successful they are is unbelievable. It's just that people have no clue what trading is, and all the BS that other people put out, they believe in it, and sometimes it always looks easy. I think that what I do looks hard, but what they do, it always looks easy. So the masses go for it. The masses believe in it. In philosophy, I'm a Stoic philosopher, so I write Stoic books, and right now I'm correcting my second book. I'm going because it came back from proof reading, and I'm while I do that, I'm also writing my third book, which is quite advanced. I already did write half of my third book, but it's not published. It's not finished now. I only get my second book back, and I enjoy that. But I'm a Stoic philosopher, so I choose the Stoic school of philosophy. There are a lot of other schools of philosophy, and every one of them is easier. And in the antiquity, there was the Epicureans, and the Epicureans teach you the opposite of what we teach you. They teach you that pleasure is nice, that you should enjoy life, and they are extremely popular. They were extremely popular in the antiquity. We tell you that you should reach for your virtues and take the hard life instead of the easy life. And nobody wants to listen to that. It's the same thing. In trading, people get popular, like, you know who I mean, but I won't mention his name because I've talked too much about him already. But you know who I mean, because I've talked I said his name 4 or 5 times. They make it easy, and you can believe in what they say. It's just popular. It's popular. It's some kind of illusion they create. They create for you, and that illusion sells. And that's why they can travel the world, and people pay for the nonsense they put out, because they're incapable of making $5 in the market. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee. I mean, on the long run, everybody can get lucky, but on the long run, they're incapable, totally incapable of making $5. The trader that I read right now, and I'm on his third book, is Van Tarp. And I quite enjoy his books, but 99% of what he says is BS. And even him, I'm not sure 100% that he could be a successful trader. Maybe he could, maybe. But I'm doubtful. I'm doubtful because he talks a lot of psychology, and he's perfectly right talking about a lot of psychology, because it's the most important thing. But I'm not convinced that he has a successful system. He also talks about system and not too much, but he talks about money management mostly. And I'm doubtful. I'm even doubtful that an expert trader and somebody I admire his books, I enjoyed reading them, but I'm even doubtful that he could be a successful trader. It's just something that is extremely rare to see somebody who is successful. Well, Van Tarp could be, he could be, but I need to see it. But that I mean, I need to sit next to him and see him trade during an entire day, and see him take position, take exit position, and see how he manages. Just talking about it, I'm doubtful, even by somebody like Van Tarp. Anyways, we talked more than enough about other traders, and I'll be long today. I want to be short because I'm spending the day with friends, and I won't be able to do all the stuff that I normally do today. But it's Sunday, and I can take a day off. And I want to be short with this intervention, but I think it will be quite long, or at least longer than it normally is. So to come back on the subject I started with, I talked about expectancy. And since I'm right 21 days in a row, it's time for me to be wrong. I will be wrong. There will be a moment that I'm in time where I will be wrong, where my TA will be wrong. And I will simply change my opinion and switch to a new outlook. Until now, it never happened. I was right 100%, but that will change. Nobody is right all the time. And I perfectly know that I will make, not mistakes, but I don't call them mistake. My forecast won't turn out correct 100% of the time. As I told you, I'm expecting to be right 3 times and wrong 2 times. That's what I'm expecting. I don't know if that will be the case, but that's what I'm expecting. So it's since I'm 100% correct for the last. My forecast was 100% correct for the last 21 days. There, or at least 20 days. There will be a time where it won't turn out correct, but we'll see when it happens. And you see that I only switch and change my opinion and turn around and give you the new high probability trade. Everything I tell you are just high probability trades. It does not mean that it will happen. It just means that you have more probability that what I say turns out right than wrong. Okay, that being said, let's take a brief look at my website. I hope I didn't bother you to death with the subject I talked about, but it's important. It's important to know what you can expect and what you should expect, and to understand that nobody's right 100% of the time. If you want to be right 100% of the time, trading is not for you. You must embrace and accept to lose. I actually like losing money. No, I don't like losing money. I like being wrong, because when I'm wrong, it gives me the energy to think about what I did and to discover mistakes and to improve. So actually, I like doing mistakes. They make of me a better trader and a better human being. So please read my disclaimer, just that you're aware that there are risks involved in trading, and my risk warning. And you are extremely fortunate and extremely lucky, because you can reach out to a profitable trader and you can take the one-on-one coaching and my special limited mentorship, which even gives you a discount of 60%. And you have no idea how lucky you are, because during my entire childhood, I would have paid not a couple of $100, I would have paid $100,000 to be able to talk to a successful trader. And if I would have done that today, I would have 5, 10, or 50 millions plus, just because I would have done that, and I would have learned faster than I could learn on my own. And I did turn into to trading. I did turn to trading only later in life, because when I was young, I thought that it was not possible. I thought you cannot be consistent profitable in the markets. I thought that the random walk theory was correct, and that the market are unpredictable. And now I know that it's wrong. I know that there's structure to the market, and I know that a good trader will be a good trader. A super trader is somebody who can give him 20,000 and he turns the 20,000 into 80 millions. Okay, and he doesn't need a really long time frame for that. Maybe 1, 2, or 3, or maybe maximum 5 years, and he turns 20,000 into 80 millions. And you know what? If you take the 80 millions away and you give him 20,000 again, he can do it again. He can do it over and over and over. A super trader. Okay. Now, super traders are extremely rare. For now, I'm not a super trader. I'm just a profitable trader, but that's already extremely rare. That's 1% of the traders who become profitable traders. And from the 1%, there's like 1 out of 10,000 who becomes a super trader. Okay, maybe of course, I always want to improve and I always want to be better. So I want to become one day a super trader. I don't know if I manage. I know that's extremely hard, but I think that I'm capable of doing it. I think that I'm capable of doing it. Anyways, let's go back to my screen share. So you are extremely lucky because you can reach out to a profitable trader. And I sincerely tell you that, not to sell you my service, okay? But because it's the truth. I would have spent 100 easily during my childhood. I would have spent 100,000, okay? From bucks to only be able to talk on a regular basis to a profitable trader. I would have spent easily 100,000 to be able to do that, to have the privilege to talk to a profitable trader. And that would have been the best investment I would do in my entire life, okay? Because it would have changed everything. I would have started being profitable in the markets decades ago, and I would have made incredible amounts of money just by having somebody who guides me in the right direction. So you are extremely lucky to have somebody who is offering you one-on-one consultation with who you can talk, and thanks to his advice, improve. You are extremely lucky. And if you don't want to take that, well, my interventions are free. Just subscribe, like, comment, and hit the bell for the notification icon. So you don't even have to spend money. You can also get it free. But it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. If I talk to you, I can see what level you are, and I can coach you on how to improve. And I can't do that if I don't talk to you, if I don't get a feeling about where you are and what you think about the markets and how you can and see how you can improve. To be able to do that, I need to talk to you. I need to spend time with you. Okay, now let's take a look at the chart. Let's start with the 3-hour chart. So on the 3-hour chart, we are still heading to our target. And it looks like if the channel here gave support to the price action, is supporting the price action. That can happen, and it's fine. Now, after touching the lower boundary of the channel, we should touch the higher boundary of the channel, and that could bring us into our target. I'm not going over the detail, but as you can see, we are in the process of doing wave 5, wave 3, and in the third wave there are 5 waves, and we already did wave 1, 2, 3, and we are now accomplishing the 5th wave. But you know that already since you listened to my last interventions. And our targets still remain the same, and I still think that the top target, the 3.618 extension, which gives us a target of 61,288, is the most likely one. I still think that that's the most likely one. For our stop loss, we started with the stop loss at 39,573.21, and I told you you can put it up to 42,595, and I actually would like to give you even higher targets, but which one can how could we put our stop loss even higher? Let me think about it and I'll tell you. I'm doing more than one thing at the same time. I'm also managing my, anyways. So how can we put our stop loss target higher? I see it. So actually, the thing is, you always have to ask yourself, when are you wrong? And when you are wrong, that's the level where you should put your stop loss target. And I would be wrong if price goes below the new level I just put on the chart, 49,213. Okay, so if price goes below that level, I would be wrong, because in that case I can no longer say that we are accomplishing a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I could no longer say that, because there are 3 rules in Elliott you have to follow always. They're 100% certain and you must follow them. The first rule is that the second wave does not go below the start of the first wave. So here's the second wave, and cannot go below the start of the first wave. The second rule is that the third wave, this one, can never be the shortest. And the third rule is that the fourth wave cannot go in the territory of the first wave. So I would have liked to tell you that that's the case, but I'm mistaken. So no, I cannot give you that level. I'm taking off the chart because I cannot give you that level. Actually, I cannot go below that level, because the third rule is that the fourth wave, and this is the fourth wave, okay, cannot go below that level. Okay, that's the third rule. And let's say that this is not a 3 and this is not a 4, but that the 3 is here. and that the 4 could be in the process of going, then we still cannot go below that level. Okay. I don't think that that's correct, but we still cannot go below that level. So your stop loss should still be at 42,595. I would like to give you a stop loss closer to the current market level, but I can't. I can't if I follow my rules. I simply can't. I could take a stop loss on the 3-hour chart, the 3-minute chart, which we look at next. But normally I put my stop loss on the 3-hour chart. So we have to stick, for now, I'll stick with my stop loss at 42,595. But the thing is that if I change my opinion, and certainly I consider that wave 5 of 3, the 5th wave is done, and that we are already accomplishing wave 4, then I would of course exit my position and wait for wave 4 to be done, or take a short position. But for now, I'll have to stick with the last stop loss level that I gave you, and which is 42,595. Okay, now let's look at the 3-hour chart. And the 3-hour chart, we are still in this. It looked like if we're still in the correction, but now I think it's over. So to talk about the history, as you know, we did a W, X, and a Y, and we retraced the 0.382 Fibonacci level, because here we came very close to that level. Then I think we did wave 1, and we did a wave 2. The wave 2 subdivided into V, X, and Y. And now I think we are subdividing the 3rd wave, because this is wave 1 and 2, and after the wave 2, we get wave 3 higher. So, and I think we are subdividing in that 3rd wave. So I put 1 and a 2 here. And wave 1 to me clearly subdivides into 5 waves, which is perfect for wave 1. And then we did get a sideways correction. It is sideways because we went higher than the top of wave 5. Here, we went higher. That's a sideways correction. The sideways correction subdivides into a W, X, and a Y. The Y subdivides into an A, B, C, and here I gave you also the subdivision of the A wave. So all that looks to be fine, and as long as the key levels are not violated, which are those 2 levels, I think this the first one is starts the first impulsive wave up, and the second one starts the second impulsive wave up. So as long as those 2 levels are not violated, which means as long as we don't go below 53,674.69 and 53,623.02, as long as we don't go below that level, I'll stick with my the probability that we are in the process of accomplishing the 3rd wave, and that the correction already ceased, and it ceased here, okay, at wave 4. as long as we don't violate those levels. And if you want to be risky and take a riskier play with higher leverage, you can choose those level as stop loss level. I don't, but you can, if you want to take a higher risk levels, and then you would have those levels as your stop loss levels. I don't do it, but you can if you want. Okay, that's it. Tomorrow we see if those two levels did hold, and if we are in the process of moving towards our target, which is the 5th wave of the 3rd wave. We see if that's the case tomorrow. You know, it's not that important which rules you follow. I give you one system, but you can have your own system. If I talk to you, I'll ask you what your system is, where you put your stop loss level, what is your entry point, what is your exit point, how you manage position sizing, and I simply listen to it. If what you say makes sense, okay, then it's fine. Then it's fine, and you can trade it. Okay, I don't care. You don't have to follow Elliott wealth. You can follow moving averages, crossing moving averages. Why not? As long as it makes sense and you have a clear defined system that you follow, you can trade it. And you see, and you see how good you are at it. But we have to find out if you have a system and if all the necessary rules for your system are clearly defined, and if you're capable of following that system. And that's something I would do with you if you become one of my clients and we have one-on-one coaching. That's something I will do. If you're interested in trading, maybe you're interested in investing or swing trading, and then we look about, and then we talk about investing or we talk about swing trading. But if you're interested in day trading, that's one of the things I would do with you, to see if you have a system, what your system is, what your rules are, and if you are capable of following those rules consistently, because you have to follow them consistently. Okay, that's it for today. I think I was quite long, but I enjoyed talking to you. I also enjoyed your comments. I had one comment which was very pleasant and extremely motivating. It was the comment of somebody who, I don't remember his name, please excuse me. I look at your comments, but I don't look too much at the names of the people. And I reply normally to your comments. So leave me a comment. You have a good chance of me replying to you. And his comment was very, very pleasant and motivating. He told me that he's standing up, he's waking up in the morning to listen to me, to my intervention. And I thought that was an extremely motivating comment. And he's quite right. He's waking up to listen to what I have to say. And I'm waking up in the morning, and the first thing I think about is my intervention of the day. I look at the chart and then I make this video. So I'm looking also forward to talk to you. It motivates me in the morning to get out of bed. So thanks a lot for listening, as always. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon, because it's time-sensitive information. And this is by far the best trading channel you find on the internet. So as long as I will take my time and my efforts for providing to you free stuff for which I don't get paid, but I do it because I enjoy it, and I find it motivating for now. So take the opportunity to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon, because you should have, it's time sensitive information and you should get it as soon as it's out. Okay, thanks a lot. I was long. This intervention was longer than I expected, but I wanted to talk to you today. And I'll see you tomorrow for one more update. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.